If you are actively involved in the technology field, this is the most evolving field among all fields.
How do you see that students doing internships is important for them to land into a job?
The first and the foremost important quality we look for in a candidate is honesty. You know, it might surprise you, but yeah, we look for that thing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Block Talks. I'm your host, Junaid bin Zahur, and today we are diving into the story of innovation, resilience, entrepreneurial spirit. Our guest for this episode is someone who has truly harnessed the power of tech to create something impactful. Riyaz Ahmed Beigh is founder of Insta Reprise and Logic Paradise Software. He is passionate about engineering the software products, but today it's not just about the tools, it's about the journey. We'll explore how Mr. Riyaz ventured into the world of technology, entrepreneurship, overcame change, and turned ideas into reality. Whether you are a student aspiring to make your mark or a tech enthusiast curious have a curiosity about the process of creating something revolutionary, this conversation is packed with insights, inspiration, and actionable advices. So let's get started. Please join me welcoming Mr. Riaz in Blog Talks. Hello and welcome, sir. It's an honor to host you.
Thank you so much, Junaid. Thank you for that short and delightful introduction. Thank you for hosting me. It's truly a pleasure to be here with you.
The pleasure is all mine, sir. So before we begin, can you please tell us a bit about yourself and your background?
Born and raised in Kashmir, where I completed my education from school through college. I earned my undergraduate degree in biotechnology from a college affiliated with Kashmir University. Later, I pursued my master's in information technology under Punjabi University. As planned, I began my professional journey as a web developer, eventually advancing to the role of project and engineering manager within 2 years. The experience laid the foundation for me to start my own venture, Logic Paradise Softwares.
So yeah, I was actually going through your LinkedIn, so I was a bit shocked. Like you started you have done your graduation in biotechnology, and then suddenly you shifted to information technology, right? So
Yes,
I was wondering. So during your time in Kashmir University, were there something that inspired to join this tech field?
the passion for technology was there long before my days in biotechnology. Let me share a short story with you. I think that might resonate with multiple of you watching us. I believe in I was starting my 10th standard when my uncles Manzoor Sahab and Nasir Sahab enrolled in a mass communication course in Srinagar at an institute in Srinagar. And eventually, when the exams of 10th class approached and I was started preparing for the exams, I accompanied them and stayed with them in Srinagar. In their mass communication course, they had a subject related to computer science. Related to the computers, they had the basics of computers and some advanced topics as well. And while they would go for the classes, I would take these books out and read them. And I became deeply interested in technology. The concept sparked a lot of curiosity in me at that point of time. And now today, if I'm looking back, I realize that that was the moment I got inclined towards the tech field. However, due to the limited exposure available to me at that time, I ended up choosing biology and maths in higher secondary and later biotechnology in my undergraduation. Interestingly, choosing maths during the higher secondary school has been extremely beneficial in my career, helping me a lot in my professional journey as well. Yeah, that's how this transition went.
Quite interesting thing because as from my perception, as I look back to those times, I feel like it was before 10-15 years, right?
Yes, it has been 20 years now. It was in
20,
the year 2004. Yeah.
And at that very time, people were like, computer science is nothing, and people were like that, if you are interested towards computers, you are like interested towards gaming.
Exactly. You're right. And if I would take advices from my elders who would have a little bit of exposure, they would tell me don't go into that field. Even after 5 6 years from 2004, they would tell me no, this is just wastage of time. There are lots of computer graduates who have done their masters in information technology, computer science, and they are just staying ideal. But I never listened to them, and
It's like that,
eventually I went on.
people lack the exposure to do things.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah. So you started your career as a web developer, right?
Mhm.
So
Yes.
what made you to develop this logic paradise softwares? Did you felt any gaps in the e-commerce sites or something like that?
During my time at my first company, I was promoted from junior web developer to the product manager within just span of around 8 months. You know, there was a significant achievement early in my career. However, by the second year, I started feeling that my potential was being underutilized. I was always pushing the boundaries, but the feeling of stagnation grew stronger. Eventually, I made the bold decision to resign from the job without overthinking the financial challenge that came with it. It was very tough, actually, at that point of time, but the risk was worth it. That led to the creation of Logic Paradise software, a decision that I would say ultimately shaped my professional journey. When I entered this professional profession, the field of cloud computing, web development offered abundant opportunities. During my time at job, I made it a point to stay busy. If I wasn't working on a task, I was studying and acquiring knowledge needed to stay relevant in the industry at that time. I adopted a mindset that I could fulfill, if I could fulfill tech needs of businesses, there would be no reason for them to look elsewhere for their projects. This approach proved to be effective. Initially, I would take on projects even if I didn't have the prior experience, committing myself to learn and deliver for the clients. Today, with the grace of Almighty, the determination and adaptability have earned me a meaningful place in the tech industry.
When you said that after just the span of 8 months, I resigned from my earlier job, it's kind of tough. When you are placed somewhere and you are earning something, and suddenly your mind changes and you start, taking risks. It's somehow I feel like that. Somehow at a point, taking risks are important to be something.
Well, yes, I think a risk at a particular point in time, it should be very calculated. I mean, at that point of time, working, I was earning some things and I was managing things around. But there was a thing that I would think like if I would take a risk right now, I have to lose nothing. If for example do not turn up into a successful thing at the end of the day, then I would come back and join some other company. Given that I was having good confidence on my skills, the work that I had done, the projects that I had done, so I abruptly made a decision, I think within a span of a month, in quitting the job and start looking for the projects that uh, I would do on my own basis. And one more reason, as I said earlier, the thing that I was always feeling underutilized while in my past job. So I thought that this is the potential that this is the potential that is being used. But if I use full potential that I have, then obviously it will be of great benefit for me in long term. And with that in mind, I started slowly, and gradually things turned well in my favor, and I moved on with this journey.
It's well said that believing in yourself is really key to success.
Exactly, yeah. You should that's absolutely right. You should have the confidence, you should have the belief in yourself that yes, I can do. If you have that belief, then you can turn very tough, very challenging things into the pleasurable things for you.
Yeah, so as someone who entered the tech field in 2012, what do you feel that at that very what's the difference between at that time and this time? Like right now, this environment of information technology has evolved, greatly. So do you feel like that time was better to join information technology, or this time is better to join information technology?
Well, it again, it's the perspective that we look towards this field, that we look into the industry. Around 2012, when I entered this field, it was the web 2.0 was at its peak, and businesses all around, they were thriving. They were striving to boost their online presence. Technologies like cloud computing, mobile apps, and early AI, they were gaining attraction. And entering the field at that time allowed earlier adapters to build expertise and grow alongside these innovations. The tech industry back then, I would say, was less crowded, which meant more opportunities. However, with these opportunities, but there were limited resources accessible for the students to learn from. Now, if you compare it with today's time, of course, there is more competition. Of course, there are more challenges, but there are more opportunities as well. You have the platforms like YouTube, Free Code Camp, Udemy, and the others uh, that you can use to gain skills, learn about the technology. With the advancements in the fields like blockchain, AI, the cloud computing, there are diverse career paths to explore as well. And companies today actively promote diversity and inclusion, making tech more accessible to people from varied backgrounds, thus creating more opportunities for newcomers. And let me share a short experience of myself as on this diversity and inclusion. Back, I think a few years back, when this mm, internationalized domains. You can have the domain name in Urdu, in Kashmiri, in Hindi as well. And
Yeah.
uh, when you have such kind of domain names, then obviously you need the email addresses as well. We were working on a project that would use these internationalized email addresses to process to build the email servers, and I have successfully demonstrated the working of these. We would say them email address internationalization. This system to one of our clients, and although it's still at an early stage, but things are moving forward. The question was if it is good for some if it was good for someone to join early or to join now. I
No.
think I will repeat the thing that is your perspective. Uh, that time was different, but this is also different. We have competition now, but we have more opportunities as well.
Exactly, exactly. That's the thing. So, as I, looked your LinkedIn profile, and I already mentioned that thing that you are the founder of two companies. One is Logic Paradise Softwares, and another is Insta Repricer. So I researched something about the Insta Repricer. You use AI tools to recalculate the pricing of the Amazon sellers, which helps them to sell their those items quite at a good rate, and with the evolving market. How come this idea came to you and you used AI in this very thing?
The early days when I started Logic Paradise, I was working on projects that would need data from Amazon. That was the time when I got fully exposed to the e-commerce domain. How would Amazon marketplaces function? How there would be multiple sellers for a single product, and uh, how the orders placed by the customers would go to the buy box seller, and then there were the technological interventions offered by Amazon for the third parties like us to that would allow us to manage the inventory of sellers based yes on behalf of the sellers using MWS APIs. Back then we used to call them MWS APIs. Now they're being rebranded as SP APIs. And during that time, I started working on the Amazon repricing algorithms for one of our clients. And once the system took shape, then it was managing around 3 million products for that client in the Amazon marketplace, updating inventory, updating the prices, and staying competitive with the data analysis and staying competitive, and with the data analysis module we have put into place that would help clients to make the informed decisions as well. And I think this this module was particularly where we started incorporating a little bit of AI. Back then, but the AI as we see it now, it was not that much evolved. And let me continue the story of how it turned into Insta Repricer. Initially our teams would deploy the system for individual sellers. And I remember in 2018, our system was able to manage a seller account uh, to a scale of there was a scale of 8 million products. Then in 2022, we launched the software in a closed group. And after realizing its success, we recently decided to go public with a brand name Insta Repricer. And recently we have started seeing a very big jump in the use of AI. And since I already know the algorithms, how the repricer works, where are the places, where are the hooks that I can explore and use AI in those places. While making a pricing decision for a particular product based on the market, based on the competition it has, based on the pricing history it has, we feed all this data to the AI model that have multi-thousand data points. And then it would give us a price that would earn the seller a buy box, as well as when you have this buy box on the Amazon marketplace, then obviously the sales are yours as well.
When the AI was introduced to the world, some people were like that AI will take the jobs of tech enthusiasts. So, but right now I don't say it's happening, but right now what I feel like is that AI has made things way more easier. Like as this thing, Insta Repricer, it has, created a great impact in your own business. So how do you take these things? Has, AI done something to the jobs of these tech enthusiasts, or it's going well?
Mm. That's a packed question actually. uh, with the advent of every new technology, like if you see back and if we uh, learn about how the computers were introduced and how at that time experts would feel that with the advent of computers the jobs would be gone because things would be automated and there will be no need for the manual workers to come in to work. And those things that things in the similar kind of way people were talking at that point of time. But what happened, the people who adapted with the computers, who learned the computers, um, uh, uh, turned to be well established professionals, and the computers entering the different fields created more jobs than it took away. So, what I wanted to say is people who adapted with the technology, with the computers, it didn't impact them in the negative direction. It impacted them positively. And now with the AI, this is a little bit different now. It's not the same thing at that point in time. But I think one of the things that stays common is if you learn AI, if you adapt it, if you start using the AI, it's like if you control the AI, it will not control you. And if you will ignore this, obviously, then it's going to control you. Then it's going to have an negative impact on you. So I would say that if the AI is coming, you should not be afraid of it. Rather than you should use it for your benefit. Uh, Let me tell you this: when the AI started coming in, and I'm kind of I would always study about the new technologies coming in and how I would see how I can benefit from them. Uh, when I learned about this AI thing coming in, the Chat GPT-3, when they started offering the APIs, what we did is we created a tool that would automatically create a fiction book, 14,000 words fiction book with just a matter of clicks. I personally studied prompt engineering and learned how the AI models, these large language AI models, would work, and then used them to create a tool for myself. And after creating the tool, I encouraged everyone in the team to use AI. And whenever you're facing difficulties in writing the softwares and writing the code, go and use AI. I taught them how to write the prompts to get the answers from say ChatGPT, for example. And today I can see that it has made a positive impact on our own business as well. So, well, you should see it in that way.
Actually, in the previous episode, I was talking to one of the Microsoft employees, a solution architect at Microsoft Gurgaon. So I asked the same question to him. So he was like, "Life is Dolce Vita when AI was introduced." He said, "At first, I was also like that. AI is gonna decrease the jobs of these tech industries." But later on, what I realized was the AI has helped the tech industries to even grow more in their very particular fields. So you don't need to be afraid of it. You need to, access it in a good way and create opportunities from it.
That's absolutely right. Say, for example, with the AI coming in, with the large language models, or those image generation models gaining traction, becoming so popular, there are some professionals or some individuals who would take this AI and generate, for example, fake content, fake news. So now, as a technologist, you should be thinking that how to since AI was there for to do good, but now we can see the rampant spread of the fake news, and how it would badly impact our societies. And as a technologist, as a student of technology, you should go and see how I can solve those new problems as well. So yeah, you should see it in that way.
So my next question to you is that is there any particular time when you stop learning things? Like right now, you're founder of two companies. You have a team under you. So do you ever feel like that now it's time that I don't need to learn anything more? I'm good at what I am. I need to stop here. In technical field, particularly, I'm saying.
If you are actively involved in the technology field, this is the most evolving field among all fields. You can see one framework coming today, new framework coming tomorrow, and how things, how technology is getting evolved, how we seeing the new features on new products, new hardware devices coming in. I mean, in the past 12 years since I have been in this field, I have seen the mobile apps. I have used the internet, the 2G internet. It would take a lot of time to load an image on the mobile phone. And to the present day, where with one click you just share the image instantly to your friend, to your closed one. uh, I have seen this much of the evolution in the technology. I mean, if you do not keep up with it, if you do not learn these things, then I mean, someone who was a technologist at the 2G time, if he would stop learning at that point of time, how would he stay relevant in today's time? So to be in the technology, to grow in the technology, you have to keep learning. You never stop learning. And I mean, for me, I will talk about myself. It is the exciting ever exciting thing that I do. Whenever the new technology come, I would go and study it. And as I said, when AI came, I went in and I understood it, and I started taking benefits from it. I learned it. So I don't think you can, in the tech field, you have to stop learning. It never There never comes a time. You are in the field, you go on and keep learning and keep evolving yourself as well.
The founder of two companies, you are recruiting the employees continuously for your company. So if a fresher or a college pass out joins you, what are the basic things you're looking into them, that these are the some things that he or she might should have to get him recruited?
From my experience, I would say I have observed that many freshers list skills on their CV that they do not possess. That's a bad thing, actually. The first and the foremost important quality we look for in a candidate is honesty. You know, it might surprise you, but yeah, we look for that thing. If you lack certain skills, we can teach you. But if you lack honesty, there's nothing we can do. It's as simple as that. That being said, if your fundamentals are strong, if you have done some college projects, if you can showcase that genuine work to us, then obviously that's of a high value for us in the industry. So yeah, but those are the just some basic things that we always look for in a candidate who would like to work with us.
Moving forward, I'm also from Kashmir. You're also from Kashmir. So, how do you see things? Like, how is technology in Kashmir?
But this Srinagar, it is. I mean, I'm living in the city, Srinagar city. This is a tier three city. What I have seen, and from my experience, I can tell that uh, the good students, I mean, who are interested in technology, who have a good backup from the family, they would just go and move outside to do a job. And there are then it a few experts stay back here who would work in this industry, but they would have the other reasons that they would not like to move away from their homes. They would like to stay back in Kashmir, and that would motivate them to stay here and then contribute to the technology ecosystem of Kashmir. And then there's a large chunk of students. I mean, I have interviewed hundreds of students who would come, and they they have no exposure. I'm sorry to say that. And it's a disheartening thing that even in this present time, they would come for a job of programmer. They will come as an interview for the post of software developer, but they would not be able to do a single program. They will not be able to run a single program. And it actually disheartens me that where are we as students, where are we as the educational institutes in Kashmir? I think we need to reform it a little bit so that uh, I would appeal to the students that they should prepare themselves. They should give themselves the good exposure towards the technology. What's currently happening in the technology? How has this field evolved? and how I can make myself fit for the current tech industry. If you are, for example, pursuing a BCA, pursuing a BTech and computer science or the related subjects.
What I feel is like I also gave my 1 year to Central University of Kashmir. Then I left that very university and joined college in Delhi. What I feel is like the difference between the colleges of Delhi and the difference between the University of Kashmir is one thing, that they don't teach you how to teamwork. Like as I joined the college, and here we were introduced to the societies, we were introduced to different things like as hackathons and something else. But in Kashmir, most of the students don't know what an hackathon is, what an society is. A society teaches us about the teamwork, about how to manage things, even if you don't know something about it. How to, fit into a situation which you have never faced in your life. That's the first thing I feel that lacks in the college universities of Kashmir.
Well, yes, since you have spent a good amount of time in a university here, so you might be well aware about these things. I have been detached mm, from those colleges and universities of Kashmir, but with the students coming in for the interviews and even getting shortlisted or selected, I can relate that. I can sense that what you have tell that these things are lacking, and yes, we should focus on those things at the college level. I mean, I can tell you from my experience. When I was doing masters in information technology from uh, Mohali. uh, Ours batch was the first batch in information technology, and I wasn't also exposed to these hackathons at that point of time or these societies. But what was good thing is, there were college level programs. Multiple colleges would a college would uh, organize a tech fest. Yeah, we would call it tech fest. A tech fest at that point of time, and in that tech fest they would invite all the college, and we as a college would get invited as well. And in those tech fests we would get exposure to different people, different skill sets, what's going on, what's happening, what we should learn, what we know, and all those things. And although these events would last for a few days in different colleges, but at least those things would give you a sense of how the teamwork is done. You're right at that point of time.
How do you see that students doing internships is important for them to land into a job? Like, as if someone is recruiting someone, so first of all, they are looking for an experience. If they don't have an experience, then they are looking for an internship. So, how important is internship, and what are the key things that a person should learn during their internship?
Let's talk about the students who are genuinely, aspiring to build a career in the industry. I mean, internships can be incredibly beneficial for them in multiple ways. Internship would offer them an opportunity to learn directly from the experienced professionals, gaining insights into what it takes to succeed at work. I mean, students can quickly get their doubts resolved and develop the ability to make productive use of their time. This uh, use of using the time productively. This is a skill that's crucial for thriving in any professional environment. And internships are the things that provide a student the exposure to the current industry demands. They understand what's happening in the industry at the present moment of time, and what are the skills that I should learn, what are the things that I should practice and move on with the market. you know uh, when you are there for the internships, you are dedicated for one particular thing for a long amount of times. College and doing internship are two different things. In internships you spend I mean sometimes 6 hours, sometimes 8 hours or more in one particular environment learning one particular thing. And when you spend 4 6 months in doing the internship, for that long period of time, it exposes you to a lot of things, provided a student, a candidate is willing to learn those things. I mean, you, you should always have the curiosity to learn from the seniors. You should always have the curiosity to talk to them, to engage in discussions. And when you discuss these things with your seniors, there are lots of things that come out. I mean, I would say in the time I was in the company, uh, the first 2 years of my profession, I would always stay beyond. I remember, I mean, I'm still in contact with him. His name is Raju sir. I would always stay beside him and I always poke him and ask different questions. I ask, how do you do this? How do you do that? Sometimes he would get irritated, but I never minded that. I would keep asking the questions. And then, I mean, within a short span of time, when he saw me progressing and growing from one position to another position, he was happy with me also. And then uh, we ended up in a good relationship. I mean, this professional relationship as well. So yeah, in the internships, you should make wise use of time.
Last time I was talking to one of my this batchmate, and he said that I did my internship in IIT Jammu. So it's a personal question, like as uh, is it good to do internship in IITs, or it's good to do internship in a company where you can have a good experience?
Well, I mean, I do not have an opinion on how the internships look at IITs, but I definitely have an opinion how it is in the companies. You know, there are two types of internships. One is that's a managed internship, that you go from learning this thing to that thing to that thing. There's a particular syllabus, and you follow that syllabus in completing an internship. But then there is the other internship where they would let you in and work with the team and learn from the practical experiences of the team. And even they would assign you some tasks to do those tasks and move forward. I think the second one is the better one, because when it might be a little bit tough for you in the initial days, but the amount of exposure that you will get at that point of time will be of great help to you if you are keen and willing to learn. So I would say that go in the companies that would offer the internships on the live projects, not just the, some companies are there, those function like educational institutes. They offer a training program and rebrand it as an internship. I would not say that is an internship. Go and do a real project, work with the real team in the company, and learn from there.
So, as we move to the last part of this podcast, one piece of advice you would like to give to the students who will be watching this, whether students or someone aspiring to do his own startup or something, one piece of advice you would like to them that, give to them.
In general, I would tell them that when you're, it's for everyone, for any field. If you're going to pursue a field, know the potential of that field, and make your fundamentals strong. For example, if you're going to be a future software engineer, make your fundamentals strong, make your programming strong, have a good hold on one particular programming language. Then it will not be difficult for you to adapt and evolve in future. So I think this is the short and simple thing that I would tell the students out there.
Well, this was an incredible conversation with you. a lot of advices, a lot of experience, and a lot of struggle you shared with us. It's not every day that someone comes and shares his or her experience, and someone who have started from the scratch. That's an incredible thing, and from a place where technology had no entertainment at that very time. It was an excellent, amazing conversation with you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us. We are honored to host you.
Thank you so much, Junaid, again. Uh, Thank you so much for your time, and thanks for inviting and hosting me here.
Thank you very much.